Each year in July, I and many others make the annual pilgrimage to the seaside resort of Swanage, where the traditional family-friendly beach with its Victorian charm is matched by the many quality attractions that celebrate the history and heritage of this unique town. Situated on the southeast corner of the picturesque county of Dorset, the town is the main tourist centre for what is known as the Isle of Purbeck. The isle covers approximately 100 square miles, but it is not a true island, even though the English Channel, Poole Harbour and the River Frome almost surround it. Those living close by in the bustling city of Bournemouth and beyond can make their way by bus using the car ferry at Sandbanks. The ferry operates on a chain pulley system, and the 10-minute journey is a welcome change to the often tortuous eastern route via Ringwood and Wareham. On the opposite side, the beach at Studland is more notorious for its naturalist habitat than for anything else. If your choice, however, is to use the main highway from Wareham, the visitor cannot fail to notice the magnificent ruins of Corfe Castle, approximately 3 miles to the north of the town. The castle was built in the late 11th century during the reign of William the Conqueror, and overlooks the provincial railway station, which is one of only 2 stations along the 6-mile stretch of line between Wareham and Swanage. This line would normally have provided an alternative direct route from London, had it not been for its closure in 1972. But thanks to a group of enthusiasts, the railway has been largely restored to its former glory. Up to the early 19th century, Swanage was a small fishing port, but its growth really expanded when the railway was constructed and opened in 1885. But it is not only the seaside nor the town's history that draws the crowds in the second week of July, but none other than the annual Jazz Festival, a 3-day event which is now in its 17th year and which opens with the traditional parade from the forecourt of the railway station. Modelled in the style of a typical New Orleans brass band parade, the parade marshal signals the opening of this 3-day event by leading the procession slowly through the bustling town, its colourful umbrellas bopping to the rhythm, past the many shops and inquisitive onlookers, gaining in size and numbers with every twist and turn. The first point of call is the seafront adjoining the landmark Molam Centre, which is one of the many venues for staging live jazz throughout the long weekend. Here the procession regroups before heading off once again along the shoreline. As the procession passes many of the town's colourful hotels, it heads towards the pier, where it reaches its final destination in true Dixie style, down by the riverside. These two appear oblivious to all that's around them. The pier in the distance was originally built in 1859, primarily for the purpose of shipping stone, but was extended in 1895 to cope with the ever-increasing numbers of day trippers. The steamers that brought the day trippers from Bournemouth and Poole have long since gone, but trips to nearby Brownsea Island can still be taken. Now that the parade is finished, I took the opportunity of speaking with Fred Lindop, a founder member and main organiser of the festival since it began in 1990. I began by asking him about the different musical styles at the festival.
We do as much as we can in the range of British jazz. Yesterday, everything from, Friday, everything from Steve Waterman's fairly funky tribute to Wayne Shorter and Benny Golson, to, dyed-in-the-wall 1950s British track.
There are about 5 venues in all.
5 venues during the day, 4 in the evening, yeah.
And that's the King's Bar where we are now, and the Conservative Club.
The Molam Community Room and the 2 big marquees on Sandford Fields. Marquee 1 is traditional and Marquee 2 is broadly modern.
Entrance to the marquees and other venues is by stroller ticket, but the town offers many alternative free venues where the visitor can relax and enjoy the music, even though the music on offer may not be to everybody's choice. Passing along the seafront and its colourful gardens, we come to the Molam, a statue which commemorates John Molam, the successful stone and building contractor who still has a construction company named after him to this day. Further along the seafront, at one of the free venues, a local trad band engages visitors to join in and dance to the music. But jazz is not the only entertainment on the seafront this weekend, and I for one will be keeping a watchful eye for the headlining act that brings me and countless others to Swanage each year, but more of that later. The festival content changes every year and caters for all types of jazz, not just modern or trad. There is always something for everyone, from mainstream to swing, dance to big band and ragtime to blues. Marquee 2 is the home of modern jazz, from hard bop to bebop and everything in between. Here we catch Gilad Atzmon from Israel with his distinctive Middle Eastern influences. The gypsy style playing of Django Reinhardt is also well represented, on this occasion by Angela Debar from Europe. The multi-reed instrumentalist Greg Abate from America and one-time member of the Ray Charles Orchestra brings a blend of easy listening cool jazz to the afternoon's entertainment. Whereas UK elder statesman Mike Carr demonstrates his virtuoso talents with his organ grinder swing. Swanage is remarkably unchanged since its Victorian days. Built in the distinctive local stone that made the town its fortune, it is full of buildings dating from the late 19th and 20th centuries. Thomas Hardy and Tony Hancock lived in the town, and Lawrence of Arabia was a regular visitor. Even Enid Blyton, that most famous of children's authors, spent most of her holidays here. Back in Marquee 1, we are treated to the wonderful tight Chicago-style band of Brian White and Alan Gretzi.
Louisiana, Louisiana, I've been sad, mighty sad. Louisiana, Louisiana, now I'm glad. Boy, I'm glad. The whistle's blowing. Here I come, here I come. The tired of roaming, that's why I'm homing back to happiness. Yes, and then some. Louisiana, no skies are bluer, I declare. Yes, I do declare. No skies are bluer, no friends are truer. Anywhere, anywhere. Open up your heart, just give me one more stop, 'cause I've been like a child just running wild. Louisiana, Louisiana, my home.
Just over the other side of the pier lies the boating fraternity, the diving club, yacht club and lifeboat station. Here we see one of the lifeboats and crew being put through its paces on a regular practice drill. The station was established in 1875 at the request of local residents following a major wreck off the coast. Back at the Conservative Club, Bob Dwyer and his Hot Seven show off the bass baritone sax playing of John Bain. whilst the modernists in Marquee 2 are treated to some of this country's finest players. Whilst Keith Nichols and his Blue Devils Orchestra will have you singing in the rain. Well, these people certainly won't be singing in the rain, which bodes well for the Sunday church gospel service, which each year raises funds for the children of Chernobyl.
I sing because I sing because I'm free.
Each year, the Victorian Gardens play host to the County Youth Orchestra, which sets a very high standard of musicianship for players so young, where the requisite age for membership is under 18. Early Sunday morning brings a restful tranquility to the seafront as the town awakens to the fresh sounds of a new day. Over at the King's Bar, the saxophones of Greg Abate and Tommy Whittle flush out the cobwebs from the night before. But it's over to the Marquee where the real hijinks begin, with the Hi-de-Hi man, Keith Nichols, encouraging a response from his audience. The musicians enjoy showing off their skills. The drummer from the Blue Devils is in for a sticky time. Here Bruce Adam blows a mean trumpet or two. As I wait in expectation for the headlining act, the audience is being entertained by one of the hokum or whoopee bands that play the jazz circuits.
Maybe she'll find somebody else by and on and on.
Sunday gives way to ragtime and blues, before at long last I get to the moment that has eluded me all weekend. The climax of a wonderful weekend. Yes, it's the Punch and Judy show. And so it's goodbye to Swanage. See you all next year.